Hello everyone and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Todd and Julie Chrisley open up about challenges of life after prison. After months behind bars, Todd and Julie Chrisley are free, but freedom, they reveal, hasn't felt quite like the liberation many would expect. Once reality TV royalty through their hit show Chrisley Knows Best, the couple's world unraveled in 2022 when they were convicted of tax evasion and bank fraud. They were sentenced to a combined 19 years in prison. But thanks to a presidential pardon from Donald Trump, they walked out of prison much sooner than expected, only to find themselves grappling with an entirely new challenge, reintegrating into the real world. From cameras to concrete walls, the Chrisleys' downfall and release. In the latest episode of their podcast, Chrisley Confessions 2.0, the couple didn't hold back about the emotional weight of adjusting to post-prison life. And if you think being back home is a sigh of relief, it's not that simple. I've actually talked to a few of the women that I was in prison with that are already home, Julie shared candidly. And we all have this general consensus that it's kind of weird to even say it. But Todd jumped in without hesitation. No, it's not weird. Life is rougher than prison life, he said. I mean, that's a sad thing to say because it is so horrific, the conditions that you're there for, but that's from a physical standpoint. From an emotional and psychological standpoint, it is harder dealing with day-to-day. That raw honesty sheds light on a truth rarely discussed. The outside world, with all its freedom, comes with mental burdens that prison life, in its predictability, didn't prepare them for. Prison routines versus real-world pressure. Julie elaborated on how time behind bars reshaped her mind. There's very little you can do because you're in prison, she said. And people told me this when I first got there. You can't live out there and in here at the same time because it'll literally run you crazy. And the longer you're there, the more removed you become to the world. She went further, revealing the emotional toll of family separation and the chilling adaptability of the human mind. The longer that people are away from their kids, as crazy as it sounds, because it's a double-edged sword, the easier it becomes because you get into your own routine. It's this slow drift from one reality to another that makes reintegration complicated. Gratitude for the pardon, but new struggles ahead. Still, there's no denying that the presidential pardon changed the game. Unlike many others who served their full sentence, the Chrisleys avoided the slow crawl of a halfway house or supervised probation. Todd acknowledged just how significant that was. We didn't have to go to a halfway house. So, we don't have to answer to a probation officer. We're not limited as to where we can go and how we can move, he added. So, I think we were thrown right back into the real world. And being thrown back in, without the buffer of transitional programs, has forced them to confront emotions many formerly incarcerated people are often too afraid to admit. Their message is clear: life after prison isn't just about freedom. It's about relearning how to live. And for Todd and Julie Chrisley, that journey is only beginning. For reality TV fans who followed Chrisley Knows Best, Todd and Julie Chrisley once appeared to live a life of Southern charm, designer labels, and an endless flow of witty family banter. But the glamorous image they built over 9 seasons came crashing down when the couple was convicted of bank fraud and tax evasion. Since entering federal prison in early 2023, Todd in Pensacola, Florida, and Julie in Lexington, Kentucky, both have largely remained silent, letting their daughter Savannah Chrisley serve as the family's public voice. But now, the Chrisleys are finally breaking their silence. In a raw, emotional message relayed through Savannah's podcast and letters to close friends, Todd and Julie are opening up about the stark reality of their lives behind bars. And it's far from the scripted comforts of their former mansion. A life stripped down. Todd's first words, quoted by Savannah, were as sharp as they were humbling. This isn't just a punishment. It's a complete unraveling of who I thought I was. Used to a world where his every need was met within seconds, Todd's biggest adjustment hasn't just been the lack of luxury, but the emotional detachment. "You are just another number here," he reportedly told a confidant in a recent letter. "No one cares who you are on the outside." He's traded designer suits for a standard-issue jumpsuit and gourmet meals for bland, overcooked beans and government-issued cornbread. Todd admitted to battling depression in his early months, describing how the silence of his cell at night screams louder than any paparazzi camera ever did. Julie, meanwhile, has faced her own unique set of emotional and physical challenges. "It's not just prison, it's isolation," she told a family friend in a message shared anonymously. "You miss birthdays. You miss your children's pain. You miss their growth. That's a pain worse than bars." Savannah revealed that her mother has also faced health scares inside. "She's not getting the care she needs," Savannah said tearfully on her Unlocked podcast. "Mom had surgery before she went in. There's a history of breast cancer in our family, and now she's not being monitored the way she should be." Faith-tested but not broken. Though both Todd and Julie have been candid about their struggles, they insist their faith remains a lifeline. Julie's letters have become almost devotional, filled with handwritten Bible verses and spiritual reflections. She writes things like, "I know God is using this time to mold me," Savannah shared. "Even in a place this dark, she finds light." Todd, once known for his confident, sometimes arrogant demeanor, has reportedly taken on a more introspective role. "I thought I was in control," he confessed in a recent message. "But control is an illusion. I'm learning to surrender, not to the system, but to God." He's also become something of a spiritual mentor to others in the facility. Inmates reportedly gather around him during chapel hours, listening as he reads scripture and offers prayers. "For once, I feel like I'm helping people not because of money, but because I'm showing them hope," he wrote. Love letters behind bars. One of the most touching aspects of their prison journey has been the way Todd and Julie cling to each other despite being over 600 miles apart. Their romance, forged over years of raising a blended family and navigating the entertainment world, now lives in ink and paper. "They write each other every week," Savannah said. "Real love letters. My dad starts every one with, 'My darling Jewel.' And she signs off with, 'Forever yours, Toddy.' These letters are their escape, a way to relive memories and make plans for a future they still hope to have together. "We dream of walking the beach, holding hands without guards watching," Julie wrote in a note Savannah read on air. "We talk about forgiveness, about rebuilding. But it's not all love and longing. They also share fears, regrets, and confessions." "Todd admits he failed us," Savannah said. "He says he was too proud, too hungry for status. And Mom, she wishes she had said no more often, that she had questioned more." Family holding the line. While Todd and Julie endure the day-to-day grind of prison life, their children have been forced to grow up fast. Savannah, in particular, has taken on the dual roles of caretaker and spokesperson. She now has custody of her younger siblings Grayson and Chloe, and she manages family finances and public relations, all while dealing with her own grief. "It's been a nightmare I can't wake up from," Savannah admitted. "But I've learned that resilience is not about strength, it's about surviving with heart." Even amid legal appeals, prison phone calls, and mounting emotional strain, Savannah continues to fight for her parents' release. She insists that evidence was mishandled during their trial and claims new legal avenues are being explored. Still, she's not blind to the reality. They made mistakes, they broke the law, but they're not monsters, and they deserve redemption too. Small joys, big lessons. Behind bars, Todd and Julie are finding new meanings in life's smallest pleasures. Julie shared that she keeps a journal of gratitudes, listing everything from a good night's sleep to hearing a bird chirp during recreation time. Todd, too, says he's learning to live in the moment. A sunrise looks different when you know how dark the world can get, he wrote. They've also both expressed a desire to work with prison reform groups upon their release. We've seen firsthand how broken the system is, Julie said. And if we ever get out, we want to help others who have no voice. The road ahead. Despite their newfound clarity, Todd and Julie still face a long journey. Todd is serving a 12-year sentence, while Julie is serving 7 years. Both are working on appeals, and their family remains hopeful, but they know that time is the enemy. Still, they refuse to let bitterness consume them. "We're not the same people we were when we walked in," Todd wrote in a recent letter. And maybe that's the point.